If you have trouble going much deeper than me gusta and no me gusta when it comes to communicating your emotions in Spanish, this video is for you. You're going to learn how to express your feelings, whether they are positive, negative, or something in between. If you're ready to start expressing yourself, then keep watching. Now, let's get emotional. Hola a todos! So you know how to use me gusta and no me gusta naturally when chatting with someone in Spanish. That's a fantastic start, but there are a lot of emotions outside of simply liking or disliking something. What if you want to express love, joy, happiness, hate, anger, or frustration? Sprinkling these more specific emotional descriptors into your Spanish conversations will really enhance your communication abilities. Now remember, if you want to learn how to speak Spanish, make sure to check out BaseLang.com, where you get access to unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers, all via Zoom. Now, let's first look at how to structure sentences when expressing an emotion. If you were going to express a feeling in English, you'd need two elements. One, a subject who likes or dislikes something, and two, the object or stimulus that triggers that emotion. For example, if you said, I love your dog, then the subject would be me, and the stimulus that triggered your emotion is the dog. In Spanish, you would say, me encanta tu perro. Let's use some more examples. I love your dogs. Me encantan tus perros. I hate these shoes. Yo odio estos zapatos. As you can see from these two examples, some Spanish verbs of emotion behave differently from others. Now, let's see if you can spot the difference in the next two examples. I hate cold weather. Yo odio el clima frío. I don't like strawberries. No me gustan las fresas. Did you catch it? Some Spanish verbs like gustar, encantar, fascinar, or molestar, just to name a few common culprits, place the subject as a direct object pronoun before the verb and the noun, acting as reflexive verbs. These verbs can be confusing to English speakers, and that's because it doesn't quite sound right when translated directly. For instance, if you wanted to say, I like chocolate, in Spanish you'd say, me gusta el chocolate. But this technically translates to, the chocolate pleases me. They like classical music. Le gusta la música clásica. She loves parties. Le encantan las fiestas. Now that we've got the basics covered, let's get to expressing our emotion, starting with happiness and sadness. When you're expressing an emotion, there's a good chance it's either mostly positive or mostly negative. Here are a few examples of the most common vocab words you can use to make your language more vivid. Let's start with the happy ones. Amar. To love. Yo amo a mis padres. I love my parents. Querer. To care about or love. Quiero mucho a mis mascotas. I love my pets very much. Divertirse. To have fun. Me divierto mucho contigo. I have a lot of fun with you. But what if you don't like something? Here are a few of the most common verbs to express sadness or dislike of something. Aburrirse. To get bored. Nos aburrimos en la fiesta. We got bored at the party. Enojar. To get angry. Me enoja mucho la gente que trata mal a los animales. I get very angry at people who treat animals badly. Entristecer. To get sad. Se entristecen por verte ir. They're sad to see you go. Now that we've covered some of the most common emotions you can express in the form of verbs, let's talk about using adjectives to express feelings and emotions. But before we do, if learning Spanish brings you joy and happiness, then make sure you hit that subscribe button for more awesome free tutorials. Now let's talk about adjectives as emotions. Now that we've covered specific emotion words, we can also use adjectives to describe emotions. When it comes to these adjectives, there's a really important tip you need to have in mind. Most adjectives have different gender depending on who the subject is. In some cases, the word for a feeling is different than the word for an emotion. For example, the word for love, the feeling is amor, but the word for the emotion in love is enamorado. Celos, which is jealousy, is celoso. Preocupación, which is concern, and preocupado, which is worried. From these few examples, you can see how the root words for feelings become adjectives with a few slight changes. For a full list of feelings and emotions, be sure to check out the article for this video in the description below. But how do you use these adjectives in a conversation with a Spanish speaker? There are actually 4 common ways to do this. First, you can use estar or tener. Estar is used to talk about temporary situations, but it also applies to feelings. Por ejemplo, estoy enamorada de mi esposo. I am in love with my husband. Tener means to have, and it also is used to express certain feelings. Por ejemplo, tengo mucho estrés en mi trabajo. I have a lot of stress at work. So how do you know which verb to use when expressing emotions? Estar or tener? The rule to remember is tener is used with nouns, like hambre, hunger, or sed, thirst. Estar is used with adjectives, like calmado, calm down, or decepcionado, disappointed. Again, notice how with these adjectives, the words have 2 versions that change according to gender. For our full list of the most common estar and tener usages, be sure to check out the full article linked in the description below. Now, let's move on to the second way you can express adjectives in Spanish speech. The verb sentir plus reflexive pronouns. Yes, you can use the reflexive verb sentirse to feel when talking about feelings. To do this, all you need to remember is a simple formula: possessive or personal pronoun plus the verb sentirse conjugated plus the feeling or emotion. Here are 2 examples of this method. Me siento bien. I feel good. Nos sentimos agradecidos. We feel grateful. For the third method, we are going to take a look at the subjunctive. We use subjunctive mood when expressing desires, possible outcomes, doubts, and above all, emotions. Me sorprende que ustedes estén aquí. I'm surprised you're here. If you need a quick reminder of what the subjunctive is, we've got a full video dedicated to explaining that topic. Finally, the 4th common method to use while expressing emotions is the verb dar, to give. Think about this sentence. Te da pena hablar en público. This literally translates to, it gives you shame to talk in public. But in English, we'd probably just say you're embarrassed to speak in public. You see, we conjugate the verb dar to express an emotion that we are feeling. One thing is for sure, when you learn how to express a wide array of emotions and feelings in Spanish, you'll be able to make much more deeper and meaningful connections with your conversation partners. And that's it for this lesson. For a more detailed breakdown, lots of helpful examples, and some fantastic practice exercises that will test your knowledge, be sure to check out our full article linked in the description below. Remember, if you want to learn how to speak Spanish, why not schedule your first class with a BaseLang teacher today? At BaseLang.com, you get access to unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers, all via Zoom. Try your first week for only $1. It's wonderful to be able to share your emotions with your Spanish-speaking friends. But if you want to ask them how they're feeling, you should check out our video on Spanish question words, so you'll be ready to hold an engaging 2-way dialogue in no time. Gracias por vernos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.